Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Farm Sim 25. My name is Spartan Elite 43, and tonight we are in the thick of it, literally. We are going to be clearing a ton of brush today. You guys have been asking for a stream. I know we just uploaded a video today, but I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to do this otherwise, so it's either stream now or end up waiting until next weekend and you guys miss an entire week of uploads. So, yeah. Figure now's probably a good time to hit this stream. But welcome everybody. Appreciate you dropping in. What up, Alex, Rogue, Strawberry, Fontaine? Good to see you guys. Welcome. First things first, though, we gotta change our system here. We still have this set up as a plow. That's not gonna work. I mean, it would work, but we're not using that yet. We'll have to go swap it out for the mowers. Take our big old case tractor here, turn it around if we can. Trying not to drive through my field. I'm destroying crop. There we go. What up, Immortal? How's it going? Semi, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, everybody. Yeah, you guys know the deal. It is April, which means everybody's working. We got our forage harvester working. We got our sprayer working. We got 2 planters working. So everybody's working today. It is a busy, busy month. We got corn and soybeans being planted. We got our forage harvester out doing his job cutting the grass. We have our sprayer out spraying the weeds on the onions and sunflower fields today. Like, it's gonna be a busy one. Awesome, Semi. Glad you enjoy, man. I appreciate you. Alright, so we gotta set this beast up for mowing again. So let's get that started. That should be all it takes. We've already done this once, so just swapping her over. Now she should be a mower. Look at that. Love this thing. This thing's freaking awesome. Now, the one thing that scares me is with the amount of stuff that's currently working, if I use this mower, is the game just going to obliterate itself? That's the question. You enjoyed watching us build the first house on the hill? I'm glad you enjoyed too. That's why I like these series, man. There's something for everyone. It's not just, driving farm equipment all the time. You get to do all kinds of things. And I feel like I'm one of the only people that actually, shows stuff. A lot of people just, do their edited videos and they cut everything out. And it's just the same thing all the time. But I like to show things. Alright, so we need to make sure that we change our work mode. Single swath. There is a single swath. Oh my god. I'm so glad. Somebody mentioned it. I don't remember if it was Disturbed or who mentioned it, but they said that this thing has a single swath mode. I didn't know that. I just needed to go one more click. One more click! But, yeah. We got our work cut out for us today. Let's get ready. I'm going to have to start kind of awkward here. But, we're going to start with this big field here and then work our way up, I guess. Let's turn it on and let's hit the road. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Got a lot of work to do. Oh my god, the single swath is going to be amazing compared to what it was last time. Oh, but the frames, boss, oh, that's a tree. That is absolutely a tree. We're going to want to go around that. Yep, as expected, our frames are absolutely tanked right now. Sitting into the low 20s. That's not ideal. Not ideal. I think we can all agree. The more frames, the better. Okay, so we don't have access to this land, apparently. Okay, good to know. I wasn't sure exactly how far our land went up here. I was hoping that we had it all. But that's fine. We'll just cut what we can. Let's get her down. Yeah, I have no idea how long this episode's going to take. So, you might want to get you a snack, maybe something to drink, hang out and enjoy the ride. Because we got a lot of mowing. Fortunately, this big old sucker here is going to make the mowing a little bit quicker. But this will put into perspective just how big these fields are actually going to end up. We might even go ahead, depending on how long this takes, we might even go ahead and do the plowing today too. Because ideally I'd like to get all the planting done. It is April after all. So whatever we end up planting here, we were going to plant grass, I believe, on this field. Whoa, whoa. I lost it. There we go. Get her under control. Boy, it's a steep hill. What up, Thin Blue Line? Good to see you. Jared, Freddie, Trevor. Appreciate everybody dropping in. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Sorry to have such a late stream on the weekend. You guys are probably going to have to go to bed at some point. Be ready for work in the morning. But, like I said, it was either this or we end up in a situation where we just flat out don't have a stream. We just do it as an episode. Unless you guys wanted to wait another week for this episode, but figured this was probably the best bet. What up, good night? How's it going? The first headlands pass when you're mowing like this is always the worst because you don't know exactly what you're going to run into. You gotta get everything nice and neat, preferably not cause too much trouble. And then you're just filling in the gaps, so then it's not too bad at all. All right. Beautiful. All right, so now let's take a look at what it looks like from the sky. This is how big this field is. We can't even fit it all on the camera. There you go. This first field. And then we got to do all of this field. And then we got to do all of this field. We got a lot to do. Yo, Thin Blue Line coming in, dropping his resub for 2 months. Thank you so much, my dude. I think we'll do this field as down and backs, just due to the fact that, like, it's kind of, like, narrow and long. So we'll just go down, turn around, come back. Seems like the best way. Oh, my God. Thin Blue Line dropping a $20 bomb on us with the 20 gifted as well. Thank you so much, my dude. Get some goats in the chat for Thin Blue Line. As a crazy. Why does it look like I missed a couple of trees? I see a couple of cherry trees potentially that I missed up there. Might have to jump off and yeet those trees. I thought I got all the trees, but you know it's okay. I miss a couple here and there. We can always get rid of them. What up, Dauntless? Whoa. Are you saying that you work on like SpaceX stuff? Is that what you're implying? If so, that's pretty sick. I ain't gonna lie. You might be the first person that works with SpaceX that I've ever met. Why not have a pickup wagon to follow? Um, I don't have auto drive or course play, so I can't do that. We got to do it the old-fashioned way. I've thought about getting into course play and auto drive, but it just looks like too much for my little brain to handle. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it just looks like it's overwhelming. And I don't know if I want to turn farming simulator into automation simulator, you know? I don't know if I can do that. My brain doesn't work like that sometimes. Follow me is one click and they will follow you. Ah! We found a tree. Bad tree. Tree's like, I didn't do nothing. Yeah, you did. Be gone, foul beast. Yeah, I don't know any of that. I'll be perfectly honest. I've just been doing it the old-fashioned way forever. You know. But I appreciate the suggestion. And maybe if I ever figure that stuff out, I might look into it. Is that like a base game feature or something with the workers? Because I've never actually tried to get into that either. The only thing I use workers for is like field work. Mainly because I don't trust them to do anything else correctly. I'm lucky if they get that correct. But welcome to the stream, feed. Is it Toth? Might be Toth. Appreciate you. How did I get it to drop? Okay, so if you're using this mower, if you hold the right bumper, if you're using an Xbox controller, you change the work mode. There's widespread, which is normal mowing. Then there's swath dropping, which opens all of the mowers to have their own swath. And then there's single swath mode, which is, let's be honest, the better one. So yeah, there you go. I didn't know it had a single swath mode. I thought it was just regular, the way we had it last time, where it would drop 5 different swaths. All right. Well, let's get the next one. So far, so good. I thought this would be a lot worse when it comes to lagging and stuff, but so far, I mean, we're definitely not. Oh, somebody just finished their task. Hold that thought. Hold the thought. Got to see the SpaceX booster rocket. Nice. Do I remember the name of the auto mechanic game I streamed a while back? I'm going to assume you're talking about Car Mechanic Simulator. Yes. Okay, so it looks like our forage wagon is done. Good. I already see grass that you may have missed, unless that is a glitch. Also, you're under 3 million liters, which seems a little bit low. So we're going to double check, make sure this guy got all of his grass that he's supposed to get. I definitely see a patch of grass, or at least what looks to be grass right there. So we're going to have to try to figure that one out. But you can see all of our corn and soybeans, corn and soybeans are getting planted, which is great. Yeah, see, look. What is this? What is this, worker? You said you were done. You lied. Alright. That seems to be about it. Let's go ahead and fold the header up. We'll get this thing run back over to our goats, feed them real quick so that their meadow regrows, and then we will drop the rest of this in a silo. I wonder if we can squeeze along the edge of this without driving into our wheat field, preferably. I think I left enough room for us to squeeze through. Uh-oh. I may not have left enough room for us to squeeze through. It's going to be close. Very carefully. Do not tear up my wheat field, please. Can't see crap. Can't see nothing. Okay, we're good. We're good. I told you I left enough room. Beautiful. Flying goats. Well, that's awesome, Dauntless. You make sure that everybody gets there safe. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. I would much rather see people get delayed with projects like that rather than see the especially with everything being live streamed and stuff. Like, there's so much potential for things to go horribly wrong there. I would much rather see everybody get there safe and return safe. But that's awesome that you get to work with that. That's amazing. All right. Well, that's our grass mower done. That's great, or our forage harvester done. We'll get this trailer dropped off, get the forage harvester put away. Then we'll check in on our sprayer, make sure he's still working. I didn't see him say that he was done working, so hopefully he's still working. Drop that there. Put this away. Worst part is I literally just washed all this stuff and now it's going to be all dirty again. Look how dirty it is. Just washed all this stuff. Alright, let's check in on all of our workers, see if they're still working. Alright, so this guy's planting soybeans. He's almost done with that field. This guy's planting corn. He's appearing to be on the last headlands there, so that's good. How is our sprayer doing? Sprayer is officially done, it looks like. Good. Let's get him started on spraying my sunflowers then. Okay, so that should take care of the last of the spraying. All right, back to our job. Okay, they were already down. Good. Let's kick it. I'm not gonna lie though, if I had to be honest and brutally honest about the whole the moon situation and going back, like I just don't understand why. But you know, it is what it is. What up, Michael? Appreciate you dropping in. Okay. Going to assume that that is our corn planter done. I don't think missing one shrub is going to do us too much trouble today. This is going a lot quicker than I thought it would. But then again, like I said, this field is kind of like really, really narrow and long. So, it's pretty straightforward how to... Ah! Dang you little trees! Man. Just pop up out of nowhere. You look like all the other brush. How am I supposed to know you're a tree till I run into you? What up, Michael? Darn little trees. Just jump up and bit me. Something bit me. It was a bullet, wasn't it? Excuse me? A bullet that bit you. Yeah, yes, sir, right in the buttocks. I love Forrest Gump, man. That movie is a classic forever. Who doesn't love Forrest Gump? I may not be a smart man, Jenny, but I know what love is. Ah, so you're setting up on the moon to be a staging ground for Mars. Got it. I'll be honest with you. I think anybody that decides they want to be the first people to Mars are crazy. I'm sorry. I'm just being 100% with you. Like that's a no return policy, you know? Like you don't get to come back. You're just there. You either make it work or you die. And that's it. That is a terrifying prospect, and anybody that decides that that is what they want to do is crazy. What up, Toth? How's it going? Alright, next row. Let's go. I do try to look at you guys in chat. I have to look off to the side, so it takes me a second to make sure I call you guys out. Do like to say hello to everybody. Appreciate everybody dropping in. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. And I'm glad that you could close out your weekend with me. But this is update week for World of Warships Legends, so I decided it was probably a better idea to go ahead and stream this now, because I'm going to be pretty busy making new videos and stuff for World of Warships Legends during the week, so it's going to be kind of hard to stream during the week. So this is our Monday episode of Farm Sim on Sunday night / Monday morning. But so far so good. Everything seems to be working just fine. Frames have kind of evened out a little bit. They're a little low, but they're not terrible. Better than it was initially, but the more we get the AI to finish up doing what they're doing, the better off our frames are probably going to be. Doesn't help that I stream. Streaming also chews up some frames. Whoa there, killer. Come on. Turn. Don't hit that tree now. There you go. Good job. Alright. Drop her down. Another row. There are definitely two cherry trees that I'm staring at. Maybe a third. I see a third. You guys see it? Little tiny turd waffle sitting right there in the bush. Or is that just flowers behind a bush? I can't tell. See how they hide these trees in the thing? Like, I thought that was a tree. It is a tree! God! Ah! It is a tree. Little turds. So what's going on here is they take these like small, the creator of this map spent a lot of time to do this, but they sank some of the trees down into the world, which turns them into just looking like bushes, which is great aesthetically, until you're trying to work and then you crash into them. Alright. How close am I to those other two trees? Let's just go knock those out now while we're thinking about it. 6 o'clock in the morning for you guys? So you guys are across the pond on me, huh? Nice. Well, I hope you have a great start to your week. It is currently midnight here in Ohio. Alright. Let's get this thing back on the road, shall we? And they have finished the last of the planting for now, which is beautiful. Which means we get more frames. Look at that. Y'all see that? I saw it. I saw it. Look at this. Look at this little tree. Who do you think you are, tree? It's these little ones that get you. Be arguing with these trees all day. Hopefully the other fields don't have these little trees, but they probably will. What up, Thor? I think it's Thornton, but I'm just going to call you Thor. 11 p.m. in the Midwest. So you're a little bit further west than I am. I'm just in Ohio. Well, I appreciate you dropping in. I hope you enjoy your time here, my dude. I tell you what, I've been watching a little bit of YouTube all over the place, right? And one of the things that's been popping into my feed lately is Jerry Reed. You guys remember old Jerry Reed? He was Snowman and Smokey and the Bandit. He was a comedian. He was an actor. He was a musician. Like, I love Jerry Reed. But he's been popping into my feed a lot. And one of the things that I saw him do, he was doing the dueling banjos part of the guitar while introducing old Burt Reynolds. It was hilarious. So now I got the dueling banjos stuck in my head. You're Hungarian? Awesome. I actually had it was a world geography teacher my junior year, I believe, in high school, who was from Hungary. What up, Ace? Yeah, there's a lot in Ohio that people don't realize, man. There is. There's a lot of things in Ohio that a lot of people just don't realize. Um, but one of the coolest things is like we have so much diversity in Ohio that nobody thinks of. Everybody thinks Ohio is just like cornfields and plains, right? But that's just northeast Ohio or northwest Ohio. Sorry, like that. That's where that is. Most of the state is actually really diverse. We got swamps, we got forests, we got plains, we've got glacial, whatever you call them, runouts. Like we've got all sorts of stuff, man. Ohio is incredibly diverse, both in people, because we have people from all over the world here, but also in terrain and different, what do you call them? Biomes, I guess would be one way to call it. But we have some really cool museums. We got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We have the United States Air Force Museum in Dayton, and it's completely free. If you guys want to check that out some point, like if you're in the neighborhood, you can go out there and check out the United States Air Force Museum for free. It's pretty cool, man. And then, of course, in my neck of the woods, we have like the Hocking Hills state parks and stuff. We've got like Old Man's Cave, Ash Cave, all the crazy like rock formations and waterfalls and all kinds of cool stuff. Like Ohio's really cool if you know where to go. Obviously, from theme parks, we got Cedar Point. We have Kings Island. We used to have Six Flags and stuff, but I don't think they're around anymore. But all right, let's go ahead and save real quick, and then we're going to take a look at this from the sky since this first field is officially done. Hit a snowstorm around 3 p.m. Yeah, I can imagine. Especially if you're not used to driving in it. Well, there you go. First, I mean, that looks pretty cool, I ain't gonna lie. Very, very, very cool. All right, we get to start the big field now. This was gonna be a big one. Oh, we're not done. I lied. We're not done at all. Oh my god. Frames, hello? Turn this sucker around. Got it. Alright. Alright. One little bit left, then we go onto the big field. Beautiful. Alrighty. So this one is going to be the interesting one because we are going to run out of property eventually. Alright, come on. Nice and smooth. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. Oh. See if you guys remember that one. It's a song from like my high school days. Old. Alright, so we will run up against the edge of the property at some point. Just don't know exactly where. But it's probably coming up real soon. And I probably ought to clear... all the way to the tree anyway. There we go. Did we pick up the... Did I pick up the mower? No? Am I out of my property bounds? Probably. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I don't know exactly where our property bounds is. Right there. Where is our property? Oh man, I've ruined everything. There's no way to like tell either. Like you just drive until it says you can't drive that way anymore. Alright, we're gonna drop this down. We're gonna line ourselves up kind of with that tree line over there and see if that works. Nope, because we're out of the property again. Dude, where is our Like, what is the angle that I need for my property line? This is ridiculous. Man, this is going to look awful. So we need to be further this direction, I guess. No, because we're still going to run out of What is happening? I'm closer. God bless America. Oh, this is insane. So I'm guessing that it goes like... God, I gotta figure something out here. This is frustrating. Alright, put her down. Line it up. It's going to look terrible. Alright, if we stay over here... Surely this will do it. Nope! You gotta be joking. Oh my Lanta. What have I done to deserve this? When will WoW's Legends live stream be? Usually on Wednesdays if I can. Dude, I don't know what angle I have to be at in order to, like, avoid running into the border of my property. But it's more than you think, apparently. Yeah, we're running up against it again. Alright. We're just gonna go this direction now. Clearly. Clearly I need to go this direction. Is that correct? Alright. Now I can kind of go up that way. This is why you need to have more land. I'm still not there. And now I am. So you can see exactly where the border is. Right there. Crazy. Is there anything I can sell to buy that land? Because I need $250,000 in order to buy that land. I don't want to sell my soybeans too early. That's, I think, the only thing I've got. Uh-oh. Gonna hit the tree. Yep. We're fine. Gonna come down through here. Nice and easy. Apparently we don't own this either. God. Really? You don't have access to this land. Shh. Sure, my neighbors wouldn't mind if I mowed their grass. Just saying. This is not an actual road. This is like a driveway, so we're gonna get rid of that. Apparently I'm off the... Dude, I ain't gonna lie. These properties, the way they are, and the way that they just, like, slice horizontally through the map, like, weirdly, is triggering me. For reals. For reals. Careful there, killer. Come on. Straighten her out. Like I said, it's always the headlands that's the worst, because you don't know where your property borders are. You just end up all over the place. It's a mess. least now we don't have to worry about it. Any more bumping up against borders shouldn't happen because we own everything else. I think. Okay, so this technically is a county road. So we want to turn here. Really? You couldn't disappear for me, you little bush? Huh? Couldn't just disappear for me? Alright. Back to it. Now, if all of our grass that we just mowed would turn immediately into silage and be sold off, we would have enough money to buy the property and we wouldn't have to worry about it. But, unfortunately, that's not the way that works. Speaking of snow, it's been snowing outside all day. I woke up, looked outside, and my car was covered again. All right. Now, given the way that this field ended up, we're probably just going to drive circles around this field rather than straight down and backs. Probably the most efficient way to do this field. I will say this, it is kind of difficult with a mower this wide to get all of the edges super close. I'm either overlapping by too much or I'm like missing just barely. It's hard to read where that extra like mower ends. So I end up overlapping quite a bit with this thing just because of that. Because otherwise I just end up missing. But the rest of this should go pretty straightforward because we don't have to worry about boundaries anymore. You'd be so upset if your car was covered in snow. Why? Just life, my dude. Just go out there, you brush your car off, scrape the windows if you have to. Get her in. What up, Lucky? Welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you're doing well. Boy, this is a doozy of a hill. For those of you who don't know, Lucky is the official barbecue sponsor for our channel. My dude legitimately makes his own barbecue sauces and his own like spice rubs for different meats. So if you guys have any interest in eating good barbecue sauce or different rubs for your meats that you like to eat, highly recommend you check him out. I'm sure he can post his link down in the chat if you guys want to check him out. He's got a lot of different flavor profiles for you too, if you like it. Like my personal favorite is the Chipotle. I think that is probably the best barbecue sauce that he makes, in my opinion. But that's according to my taste buds. Y'all's may differ, but yeah, it's really good stuff, man. But yeah, this is what I do most of the time when it comes to farm sim mowing. I just kind of like, I buckle in, I start doing my thing, and the next thing I know, I stop talking and just lock in. It's just, that's why I don't normally stream this stuff, because it's generally just better in a time lapse, but y'all wanted to see it, so we out here streaming it for you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying. Just spent another $3,500 in wages. Seems like a lot. But we did have a lot of workers today. But yeah, these should be the final fields for our original farm here. And then we get to start working on other farms across the different parts of the map. Because like I said, I want to do a take over the map challenge, but it's not going to be like one mega farm. There's going to be a couple of different farms. And then there's also going to be industrial areas. There's going to be the town, a lake that I want to make. There's going to be a lot of different things that I want to do with this series. So I want to be one of the first people that's ever taken a 4X map like this and completely transformed it. I think it'll look really, really cool when we're done. Hopefully. All good, Jared. Appreciate you dropping in, my dude. Good luck on your midterm. Get you some rest. So is there anything that you guys would like to see personally come to the series? Like, is there anything on the map that you guys would personally like to see? Let me know, and we'll see if we can make it work. Because it is a big map. There's a lot of potential that we can do. So I always ask for your guys' feedback. I ask for you guys to leave comments and stuff when it comes to farm sim videos and all that, so that we know what you guys are interested in, what you guys would like to see. So yeah, I appreciate everybody's input. All right, Dauntless, well, I appreciate you dropping in as well. Stay safe out there, and make sure you guys do a good job for the folks that's got to put their lives on the line to head to the moon and beyond. Appreciate you, man. Maybe we could make a 430-acre field. This map doesn't really lend itself to making the biggest fields, just due to the fact of the terrain. I don't want to cut any of the like forests or anything like that. And as far as like the roadways that are already laid out on the map, I don't like to get rid of county roads. So any road that goes off the map, we're leaving. I don't want to cut away from those. You know what I'm saying? I think that preserves the realistic nature of the map a little better. But yeah, I mean, I'm making the biggest fields that we can make in terms of like staying within our rules that we've set ourselves. But I also want to keep the personality of the map. You know what I mean? I don't want to take this map that's so beautiful and then turn it into my own like, you know, surgically altered version of itself. You know, I'm gonna try to keep it as close to itself as possible while also making it my own, if that makes sense. I hope it does. What up, Tin Man? Appreciate you dropping in. Alex as well. You're in the WoW's Legends side of things, so heck if you know. Hey, I appreciate you being here, whether you prefer the WoW's Legends stuff or Farm Sim. It don't matter. Just coming in and hanging out is cool. And these streams tend to be a lot more relaxed. You don't have to worry about me losing my mind all the time. I don't have to worry about me losing my mind all the time. It's kind of why I like playing Farm Sim so much. Is it's just a relaxing game. A lot of hours to do it, but it's relaxing. You get to play around with big machines. It's like a giant sandbox. A dedicated nature preserve? I mean, we might. I don't know how we would pull something like that off, but we might be able to do something like that. Like I said, I do have an idea to try to make a lake where we have like campground and stuff like that. I think that would be pretty cool. Um, but yeah, I mean, we might be able to do something like that. Oh, yeah. So you play both Legends and PC. Nice. Yeah, Japanese battleships will troll you, but man, when they're on it, they are nasty. Always have been. That's why I still love to play like the Amagi from time to time because man, it'll troll you, but when it's on, it's one of the nastiest ships to have to fight because it just does not overpin. If that thing catches your broadside, it's citadel. It's nasty. But yes, they will absolutely troll you. I have played a little bit of PC, not a lot. I did end up going back. I want to say it was last year or the year before, playing a little bit of World of Warships PC. The thing that holds me back from playing more of World of Warships PC is the installer for the game. It's terrible. Like trying to update the game if you don't play it a lot. Trying to update the game takes forever because the game, like the installer will like download a little chunk, and then install it, then download another little chunk, and then install it. Plus they're throttling your connection, to their servers, so like it takes forever to do. It's the dumbest installer I've ever seen in any video game ever. I hate it. That is the one reason that I just refuse to go back and play PC anymore. Other than that, I don't mind it. It's a little bit more boring than Legends when it comes to the plays because everybody's spread out a lot more, so closing the distance is a little bit more time consuming. But the player base from both is pretty equal, I think. I think good players on Legends can go over to PC and play well. I think good players from PC can come over and play well on Legends. They're very similar in that regard. I see a cherry tree. Y'all see that little pink little turd waffle over there? See it. That's going to be an issue in a little bit. Hopefully the frames aren't too bad for you guys. I don't know how good it's going to look for you guys. I don't normally stream this game, but I do know that from a frame rate standpoint, it's currently running about 34 frames a second, so hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. And I am still a little bit sick, so I apologize if I keep sniffling. I try to look away from the mic so that it doesn't get picked up on the mic, but still not back to 100% yet. At least my throat's feeling better, so I can kind of talk a little bit, but this is the second time in the last 2 months that I've had a really nasty sinus infection. Fortunately, this one was just a sinus infection that didn't turn into an upper respiratory infection and an ear infection like the last one did in January. But I get these usually every couple of years during the wintertime, usually in January. Frames look good on your end? Awesome. Have I ever seen the Satsuma? Yeah. So, a while back, I actually got paid by Wargaming to do a World of Warships PC video. So, like, I got paid to, like, legitimately play World of Warships PC for one video. And I got a press account. So, on the press account, I had all the ships. So I played some of the super ships. I played around with the Vermont and stuff like that, which is why I knew that when the Vermont came to console, I would be really happy to see it. And then it came, and it's still really good. Shocker. But yeah, I played Satsuma. I like some of the gimmicks that those ships have. And the funny thing for me was, I don't understand, like, I understand people hate the submarines for this reason or that reason, but, like, I didn't experience in any of my of course, I'm playing the lower tiers. I hadn't, on my regular account, the highest I've gotten is the Kansas. But I didn't have any issues with submarines, because I just killed them. Like, they're just as bad as everybody else is at their job, right? So, like, they get spotted, you just drop depth charges on them. It's not that hard. In my last match that I ever played on PC so far, I was in my Kansas that I just unlocked, and I killed both of the enemy submarines in a Kansas. But that's, I don't know, maybe it gets worse the higher tiers. Yeah, so I'm at that point with my PC. The limiting factor of my PC currently is my motherboard. So I think if I decide to upgrade my PC in the future, I'm gonna basically have to upgrade the motherboard, uh, which would lead to upgrading my RAM as well as upgrading my CPU. Because right now I got the best CPU that I could get for my motherboard, which is an Intel Core i9-9900KF. Uh, but I'm kind of limited by the motherboard. Graphics card wise, I think I'm solid. I've got a yeah, it's a Gigabyte NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super overclock edition. But yeah, I think I'm limited at this point by my motherboard, my CPU, and then my RAM. My RAM, I do have 64 gigabytes of Crucial Ballistics DDR4 RAM, but so it's not terrible. But being able to upgrade the RAM down the line to like DDR5 would be nice, and my motherboard doesn't support it. But fortunately, I don't think I'm going to have to do that for a very long time because A, I can't afford it, and B, I don't really need to. I just kind of like to have that future-proof ability, you know. This PC I bought from iBuyPower several years ago when I first switched over from Xbox 360 to Xbox One because I was going from World of Tanks console recording in 1080p. Actually, no, it would have been during the Xbox One X, wasn't it? Yeah, so Xbox One, I was still playing or using my old PC for making videos. I was able to record with 1080p, but in order to record and edit in 4K, I had to upgrade my PC. And so then I bought this new PC. It originally had an Intel Core i7. Oh, hey, there's that cherry tree we were talking about. I originally had an Intel Core i7, and I had 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. And then it was an RTX 2060 graphics card. And I've just slowly upgraded it over time. You know, started with RAM. Then I bought a... see, it was RAM first. And then I think I bought the CPU. And then this past year, I bought the graphics card. I got a really good deal on the 4070 Ti Super before it exploded in price. So I ended up buying my 4070 Ti Super for $800. And then right after I bought it, it took a month for them to ship it to me. But right after I bought it, Amazon raised the price of that exact card to $2,400. So I could have gotten my graphics card, turned around and sold it for 3 times more than I bought it for. But I wanted it for my PC, so I didn't do that. But they were trying to get me to cancel my order. I'm like, you guys are crazy. You think I'm going to freaking sell, or you think I'm going to cancel an order for a graphics card that I'm paying 3 times less than what you're going to charge me later? You're crazy. Yeah, I've seen there's a couple of new submarines coming out. One is like a heavy cruiser submarine. Like, come on, man. Like, some of the submarine gimmicks are stupid. It's just like, what are we doing? It's bad enough that they can, like, walk up and shotgun you. Now you got an 8-inch gun. Like, what? What, are you just going to sit on the surface in your submarine and shoot your guns? Like, come on. Submarines aren't exactly known for their armor. I just wonder if they're ever going to come out with a submarine that has the hanger on it like the old Japanese subs used to have. So there was an old class of Japanese sub. I want to say it was the Type 2, maybe something like that. But it had it had a hanger on it for a spotter plane, so that it could drop its own little fighters and spot for itself, do a little bit of surveillance, aerial reconnaissance. The I-400. Yeah, I don't know what they are. I'm not very versed on the whole submarine culture things. I just remember we played in War on the Sea. They had a class of Japanese submarine that had a hangar on it that you could actually launch your own fighter from, or whatever observation plane. Do your own aerial reconnaissance for your submarine. But they had limited range, obviously. But I feel like that's more realistic than mounting 8-inch guns on a goddamn submarine. How are you going to seal that? Like, how would you seal an 8-inch gun barbette so that it was watertight? So that you could get any sort of depth? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how that works. Good old wargaming magic. Good morning, Capri. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you dropping by. Honestly, this isn't taking as long as I thought it was going to take. Like, I thought this was going to take forever. But I feel like we've kind of cruised through it. I mean, we're still not done yet, but going a lot quicker than I gave it credit for. All right, let's go ahead and finish this little section here off. And then we'll go down and finish the last section. What up, Wolfie? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well as well. This mowing has been very peaceful, a good chill stream. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why I like Farm Sim so much. Is it's something that just kind of relaxes me most of the time. but I'm glad you're enjoying it as well. Believe it or not, this is more akin to me as a person than anything else. Like when you see these streams like this, a lot of people are used to my World of Warships Legends streams where I am just a raging lunatic half the time. Um, that's not me most of the time. Like this is mostly me. I'm just a really, really incredibly chill person. Like it takes a lot to really get me going. I'm just competitive, and I hate losing, and you put that into and then on top of that, like over the years I've noticed that people enjoy my rage, so I tend to add a little bit of extra on top of what I normally would be raging, because that's what people want to see. But this is more akin to me as a person than anything else. I'm about as easygoing a person as you're ever going to meet in your life. Like I really am. Like I get along with just about everybody. Like it really, I'm about as easygoing as it gets, man. I'm a simple person. I don't get into a whole lot of craziness. I'm a boring person, really, if you think about it. But it's kept me out of trouble. So there's that. Good to hear you're doing good there, Wolfie. All right, let's head down to this last little area, and then this big field will be done. Beautiful. All right, now we just got to do the like weird field. Um, what I'm thinking is actually let's mow this area here too. We own it. We might as well mow it. We may end up building something here at some point. I just don't know what we'll end up doing with it. I don't plan on making it a field, but we could potentially as well. But we'll go ahead and mow this just to get it done. It's not a very big area. So this little section won't take us any time at all. And honestly, I'm probably just going to do like a down and back sort of deal. But you can see, like, it's not a very big area. And then it bleeds over into the new field. But yeah, we may put something out here. Maybe we can find a mod for like a gas station or something we can put in down here. Just something to fill in this little spot. You know, it's right on the edge of the county. It's got two main roads that go off the map right next to it. Like I feel like that would be a good spot for a gas station, you know? We'll see what we can do. And just like that, it's done. Told you it wouldn't take very long. And then we'll knock out this next field. But out of this, we're going to have at least 3 big fields that we're getting out of this expansion that we just did. Obviously, the next time we do a land expansion, I'd like to expand that other area. So that field is like complete and not just a mess. I do like my fields to look halfway normal. But the good news is over here, we know we own all this land, so we don't have to go too crazy in terms of worrying about the border. We don't have to run out of room or anything. I thought that was... I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's a tree. It in fact is a tree. Can confirm. Oh, that's not the tree. This is the tree. Boop. Alright, so that's fine. What about these little trees over here? I think that's a bush. This is a tree. We'll get rid of this little tree here. Alright, that should do. Alright, this is going to be the awkward spot. You can see our canola. Alright, let's see if we can get this big puppy turned around. That should work. Ah, I missed the spot. I looked over at chat for a second. That one's on you guys. It's your fault. What up, Hobo? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Johnny Appleseed, welcome. Appreciate you guys all dropping in. Hope you guys had a good weekend. This is going to be a good sized field too. That's what I'm saying. We're getting 3 massive fields out of this expansion. One for grass, one for something, and then one for something. So we got 2 fields that we're going to be able to plant something that we don't know what we're going to do yet. And then obviously the other thing that we need to do is the grass field. That's going to be closer to home. Alright. Turn her around, head back the other direction. Two feet of snow on you. Where you at? You got to be in New York somewhere or something, right? This game deal with snow too. I mean, you can get snow in this game. Right now it's April, so unlikely. But but yes, there is there. You can get plenty of snow in this game. Especially we have the realistic weather model, and so sometimes we get blizzards that can drop a lot of snow in this game. Jersey, okay, gotcha. I figured you were out east somewhere. I heard that that storm was gonna drop a lot of snow for you guys. Where am I going? Turn back. There we go. Again, I think this is going to be another one of those where it's probably just most efficient to just keep going in circles. Dude, imagine how much grass we're going to have off of this, by the way. Like, I haven't even thought about that yet. Like, are we going to fill up our forage wagon for the first time? Like, it's 5 million liters of grass. You think we're getting 5 million liters of grass off these 3 fields? It's a lot of grass. Going to be a lot of grass. Also, keep in mind we just dumped another 3 million liters of grass off of our grass field into the silos, so we're gonna have grass for a while. This year, our silos probably won't stop producing silage, which means a lot of money in the bank for us. All right, now before we go anywhere, let me go ahead and finish off this area here. Just so that we don't have to come back over here. Uh-oh, you're in Boston, hobo? Yeah, you guys are going to get hit too. Lord have mercy. Be careful out there, guys. Hopefully nobody loses power. Hopefully it's just a bunch of snow. Snow, while it's bad, snow isn't nearly as bad as like big old ice storms that knock out the power for a month. Plus, I don't think it's supposed to get as cold after this storm as the last one. That last storm was pretty cold. Alright. Before we continue here, let's go back over and see if we can do this little section here. Again, just try to save ourselves a little bit of time. If we don't have to come back this direction, that'll save us some driving. put a pond in the trees. Oh, you mean like right here in the middle? A little fishing pond. Problem is, I think it's too dense. I don't think there's even a spot that's open in the trees. Alright, now we should be able to finish this off. It's pretty thick down in there. Alright, so now we should be able to, next time around, just come around the front of these trees and we won't have to worry about it. What up, Aquanova? Good to see you. Appreciate you dropping in. Glad you enjoy. And appreciate you, man. Thanks for the support. Maybe we'll check that out. Maybe we can sneak a pond in there for you, Thornton. It is kind of hilly right there, so I don't know. We might have to do a little bit of terraforming back there to make it work, but we'll see. We'll see if we can make that happen. But I know what you mean, like having a little fishing pond or a watering hole in the middle of the forest like that, or in the middle of the woods. We have a lot of those around here too. I used to fish at one. Actually, I used to fish at a couple of them. My dad used to work with a guy. He had a nice pond that was pretty well cleared, but it was in the middle of the forest, or in the middle of the, yeah, well, technically it is forest here. We're in the middle of the Wayne National Forest here in Ohio, but yeah, it was a nice place. And then of course we had a couple of other places that we fished over the years that were kind of like that, like just nice ponds in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere. Any tips for aiming in World of Warships Legends? In terms of like just aiming in general, like trying to hit the ship, or in terms of like aiming for specific like weak points. Like, I've got a video called the Citadel Guide. If you want to check out that'll teach you like where to aim for citadels and stuff. It's an old video, but it's still relevant. It still hits the right spots and stuff. But in terms of like actual aiming in World of Warships Legends, you've got auto aim. It will, when you lock onto an enemy by looking at them, your cursor's already going to try to lead them. So generally speaking, you just kind of go a little bit more than that, because it's not perfect. So you just want to lead a little bit more than that, but also pay attention to things like the smoke on their ship. Pay attention to the water wake coming off the bow of the ship. That'll tell you how fast they're going. A lot of times it'll tell you their direction, if they're slowing down, or if they're getting ready to go in reverse, or if they're in reverse, the smoke will actually trail over the nose of the ship rather than the tail of the ship. So, alright, Alex, appreciate you dropping in, my dude. Hope you have a good night. Get some rest. In North Carolina, you got a lot of them too? Nice. I prefer to... What the... There's always one. These little trees. I think our brush hog is kind of getting in the way. There we go. Now can we get rid of it? There we go. Be gone, you little turd. Alright, now where was I? Alright, we're going to do one little left sweep here. And we're going to just double back and go the other direction. All right. Yeah, no problem, Alex. Appreciate you, man. Uh, where am I from? Because you're from Dallas, and I can tell you have a southern accent. Well, that's the funny thing. I'm not from the South at all. I'm from Ohio, my dude. I have what we call an Appalachian accent. But yeah, I don't have a southern accent. A lot of people think I do. A lot of people think that I sound southern, but honestly, I don't. I'm an Appalachian through and through, man. I grew up in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, so we are full Appalachian. I'm a hillbilly. That's the way it works. But that's the beauty of America, man. We have so many different dialects from all over. You never know. I do actually do a pretty good job of containing my accent for the most part. The more excited I get about something, it'll come through. But I've worked a lot of years in like shipping and receiving and stuff, where I have to talk to a lot of people from all over the world. So I've gotten really good at trying to enunciate. Plus, with streaming and YouTube videos and stuff like that, I have to talk, relatively clear so people can understand me. So my accent has gotten a little bit better through the years. But yeah, if I get excited or anything like that, you'll hear the full Appalachian come out. It'll come. It'll come. But no, yeah. A lot of people think I have a southern accent, but I'm not. I'm fully from Ohio. Fully from Ohio. We just have that nice little Appalachian twang. I don't have the full on, like, if you get really deep into the Appalachians, you'll hear a lot more of the Appalachian accent. I have kind of a watered down version of it. We're not deep Appalachian, but we're right there in the neighborhood. If you get into like places in Kentucky, West Virginia, some parts of Pennsylvania, but not usually as much, but definitely Kentucky and West Virginia, you'll hear the Appalachian accent. It's fantastic. Even Virginia a little bit, but less so in Virginia. But yeah, so I grew up in a place called Perry County, Ohio. That's where I still live today. But Perry County, Ohio, is right on the edges of the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. So we have a lot of that hillbilly roots, man. We just do. And that's where southeastern Ohio is so different from everywhere else in Ohio. Southeastern Ohio is just its own thing. You know, a lot of people think of Ohio as, you know, more Midwestern, uh, plains, cornfields, no real accent of their own. That's mostly Western Ohio and Northwestern Ohio specifically. But Western Ohio is flat because it's glacial plains, right? Like it's all the glacial plains. Now here where I'm from, we're the glacial deposits. Like we have the crazy terrain, the like the caves and cliffs and the sandstone deposits and all that craziness. Like we have some really cool areas where I'm from. And like I said, the fact that we grow up, I literally live in the middle of the Wayne National Forest as well, which is the only national forest in Ohio. So like I when I say I'm from the middle of the swamp in the middle of the forest in the middle of nowhere, I mean it. That's where I grew up. If you've ever seen any of my old walk with me live stream or videos or anything that I've done where I used to record when I was first trying to lose weight back when I lived at home, um, I go on a 5 mile walk just showing you guys kind of like where I'm from. You know, I literally lived in the middle of nowhere. What up, Ronald? You're from Dallas and I sound southern to you? See? There you go. A lot of people think that I got accused of being from Alabama more than just about anywhere else that I've ever heard. Like most people think that I'm from Alabama. Or at least that's what I've been accused of most. And I'm like, have you ever actually heard somebody from down there? It's a whole different sound. Well, you guys from Texas, I don't know. I haven't actually been to Texas, so I couldn't tell you guys how your southern accent sounds versus other southern accents. But if you've ever been to like the actual deep south in like Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, places like that, South Carolina, Florida, like their accent is definitely different from our accent up here in the north. Even if we have a lot of the same like same kind of feel, I guess. But if you're from the north, you know what the north sounds like, and if you're from the north and you've been south, you know what the south sounds like. So you can tell the difference. But it is crazy. But yeah, I get accused of being southern all the time. I'm like, nope, I'm a Yankee through and through. I'm from the north. Ain't nothing about me that's southern, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which way you look at it. But I think one of the funniest things that I ever had, I had a situation where in 2006 we had a really bad flood. We get floods occasionally out here. I say occasionally, we get floods all the time. But this was a really bad one. And it was in 2006, because it was like a couple of years after I graduated high school. I was still driving my 1976 Plymouth Duster at the time. That was my car. But anyway, we had a flood. It was the remnants of a hurricane that had come through that dropped 10 inches of rain in 3 hours. It was crazy. And I went into town because my grandpa Doyle, he was in the military during World War II. He was in the Army during World War II. And so he was part of the American Legion. And the American Legion had an office in Corning, which is just a couple of miles up the road from where I live, or used to live. So the problem with Corning is anytime we have a really bad flood, Sunday Creek turns into a freaking river. And it floods the town every time. If it floods, Corning is one of the ones that gets wiped off the map. Like it floods so bad there. All the water, because it's right in the bottom of a valley, and all of the water from all the big hills and stuff just goes right to Corning, and then eventually makes its way down to Gloucester. And yeah, unfortunately for Gloucester, they not only get Corning's water after Corning floods, they also get Baroque's water when Baroque Dam lets water out when they start doing emergency releases and stuff. But anyway, So I went over into town to help clean up the American Legion because I used to do that all the time when they would have floods. And so I show up and there's some foreigners, and by foreigners I mean people from out of state. And you can always tell they're from out of state because they have no idea what anybody is saying. And I was one of them. I had a group, the group leader, she was from out in Nevada somewhere. I don't think it was Las Vegas, but it may have been. But she was out from Nevada. She flew in with her group to help clean up our area because, again, our area got hit really hard with this storm. 10 inches of rain for you coastal folks isn't much. But for us in the middle of the hills, 10 inches of rain is a devastating rainfall, especially when it happens in 3 hours. But anyway, so these people come in to try to help clean up and all that stuff. And she keeps coming up to me and asking me questions. And I keep answering her, but she keeps getting me. And again, this is 2006. This is prime me right out of high school. So my accent is in full force. Right? So this is before I learned to kind of enunciate and talk halfway decent. But anyway, she kept asking me to repeat myself. She's like, I'm so sorry to keep asking you to repeat yourself because I just can't understand your accent. And I told her, I said, lady, I said, I ain't the one with the accent. You're visiting here. You're the one with the accent. She's like, well, we don't have accents. I'm like, yes, you do. But yeah, it's just funny that... you don't realize you have an accent until somebody from outside tells you you have an accent. It's funny. What up, Mexican? How's it going? Appreciate you dropping in. Who's ready for the Legends update? Yeah, I gotta wait until the Legends update happens, and then they gift us the new stuff so I can make videos on it. So that's another reason why I felt like it was a good time to go ahead and do this live stream. This gets today's episode of Farm Sim out of the way, plus allows me to focus on World of Warships Legends and not have to record Farm Sim later. But yeah, it's funny that you guys are from Texas and you think I have a southern accent. It's pretty funny. I heard the accent from Texas is more of a lazy accent. The only person that I can think of right off the top of my head that I know is famous from Texas is Matthew McConaughey, so you can kind of hear his Texas accent. So that's what I equate with Texas. But yeah, I've never actually been to Texas, so I have no idea in person. What up, Simpin? The new Dutch cruiser is going to make the D7P disgusting. Yeah, I haven't actually looked into any of that stuff. See, a lot of people make those like update reaction videos and stuff. I don't do that. Like I like to wait till things happen so I can get my hands on it before I make any sort of statements about things. And then people will inevitably say that I'm wrong all the time, so that's fine. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about. How can you make a decision on whether something is good or bad if you've only played 5 games in it? It's because I've got 15,000 games and everything else. I can tell if it's something that I enjoy or not. Real quick. What are we still paying wages on? There should be nothing still getting paid wages. What am I losing money on? Who is working? We need to check this out. Somebody is cheating me out of money. Because there ain't no way after all this time somebody is still working. Ah! You, sir! You're fired! Getting stuck on the trees. This guy's just been sitting there spinning his tires up against the tree for the last hour, and I just lost $1,800 to him. Unbelievable. All right, what is our weed situation? Okay, so he's actually going this direction. if I had to guess. Yeah, looks to be the case. Alright, let's see if he gets it right now. Don't let me catch you getting stuck again. Cost me $1,800 just sitting there spinning your tires for 2 hours. Ridiculous. Also, the wear and tear on my freaking weeder, man. It's a tree. Don't hit it. Alright, back to mowing. What up, Jonathan? How's it going? Horses? I don't plan on doing any horses. I'm sorry. Like, it's just not something I'm into. I grew up around horses, and I learned early on I don't like horses. I don't like them. Horses are assholes. That's just the way it is. I would rather raise hogs than horses. I'd rather raise cows than horses. I'd rather raise actually, I hate chickens. Chickens are so nasty. Now, I am aware that if it's your horse, it's probably not an asshole. But if it's your cousin's horses, and they just happen to be on your property, because your cousins share a land border with your property, and your parents and your grandparents decided that it was a good idea to put up a fence so that your cousins had more pasture space for their horses, then maybe the horses aren't an asshole to you. But if you're the cousin, the horses are assholes. You know how many mornings I had to wake up and put my cousin's horses back in the goddamn fields because they would get out? They're not my horses. You know how many times these horses would wait? It's one horse in particular, Thunder. Thunder was an asshole. That's just, he is. He was an asshole. He would get out every morning, and every morning would hide. Pitch black outside. Remember, I'm in the middle of nowhere. There's no street lights. There's none of this. Okay? When I got up to go to school in the morning, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I would have to walk to the bus stop, which is 2/10 of a mile at the end of my driveway. I would have to walk that every morning. All right? So I would go to walk to the bus at 6:30 every morning. All right? It's pitch black. This little asshole would hide. And he would pop out of nowhere and scare the fuck out of you. And he did it on purpose every morning. Every morning. And then I would have to walk him back over, open the gate, let him back in the fence before I go to school. After he just scared the bejesus out of me. Every morning. Chickens are nasty though, I'm sorry. Like, I love eating chicken eggs. I love eating chicken breast. I love eating chicken in general. I don't want to raise chickens, ever. They are nasty animals. I don't want nothing to do with them. I'll let my farmers out there raise all my eggs for me, okay? And raise all my chicken meat for me. I don't want nothing to do with chickens. Chickens are disgusting. I hate them. I'd rather raise hogs than chickens any day of the week. I love how one person saying horses immediately went on a childhood trauma event. Dude, I'm telling you. Dick. So, another story about Thunder. Alright? This is a true story now. I was a young kid, probably 10, maybe 11 years old. Right? And like I said, my cousins had a fence on our property that their horses were allowed to come into our property and eat and stuff in the grass field and all that, right? So we always had horses on our property. And they raised these horses for racing. They were in 4-H and stuff. They did barrel racing and all that stuff. Like, my cousins were big into that. They were in 4-H and all that. And they had really good horses. And they took good care of their horses. But they had really nice horses like Bo. Bo was a fantastic horse. One of the nicest horses you'll ever meet. I actually rode Bo bareback. That's how good of a horse he was. I would climb up on the fence. Bo would walk up to you. I would climb up on the fence, and Bo would literally let you jump up on his back bareback and ride him around the yard, right? He's such a good horse. Thunder was a dick. Thunder was a bastard. Thunder was such a dick to me, always. But anyway, I would go out into the field every once in a while, and I'd pull up some grass, and I would feed the horses by hand. It was one of my favorite things to do as a kid. I would go out there, we'd play with the horses, and just have a good time with horses, right? Well, one day, something spooked Thunder. I don't know what it was. I don't know if he saw a snake or what. Something spooked Thunder. That horse trampled my ass. Legitimately knocked me down, ran over top of me, and took off. That was not a good time. So now you know why I don't like horses. I don't like them. Now I know not all horses are like that, but I had enough interaction with Thunder over the years that I learned that I don't like horses. Yeah, I don't know what happened with him, but man, he got spooked one day, run right over me. Just straight up trampled me. And like I said, I was only 10 or 11 maybe at the time. And this is back when I was with the horses all the time, so it's not like I spooked him, you know what I mean? Like, we used to go out into the horse field all the time. My cousins would put out like a salt block for the horses and stuff out there. We would go out there and here's a question for you folks out there that grew up on a farm. Tell me you didn't lick a salt block at some point as a kid. If you grew up and there was a salt block around, tell me you didn't at least lick it one time. Now keep in mind, this is a salt block that the horses will lick, and any animals might lick. I guarantee if you grew up as a kid on a farm and there was a salt block, at some point you were either dared to lick it or you did it of your own volition. Good morning, Jess. I absolutely licked the salt block, 100%. On more than one occasion. 100%. And I think I grew up okay. Jess coming in with the $5 bomb. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You lick the salt block too? See, I'm telling you, it's just something you do as a kid. Even though you know the animals have been licking that, God knows what else has happened to it. It's just something you had to do. Because you got to know what it tastes like. Guess what? A salt block is salty. Who would have seen that coming? See, these are life lessons that you didn't know you were going to learn from Spartan Elite today. But I got you, fam. We will teach. This is how you know you lived in the country, too. Like, because you got nothing else to do. Right? Like, we got up to stuff in the country because there was nothing else to do. People think we're dumb, right? People be like, oh, the country people are dumb. Listen to him. He's out here getting trampled by horses and licking salt blocks. It's like, what else am I going to do? That's why we do dumb things. That's like rednecks. Like, people think rednecks are dumb. Rednecks are not dumb. Have you ever seen, like, redneck engineering? Same thing with hillbillies. I'm getting too excited. My throat's starting to get scratchy. But it's not that we're dumb. It's just that we got nothing better to do. So we do dumb things. Granulated salt and molasses. Nice. What up, R-Dog? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you dropping by. If I am trying to get the best yield each harvest, why don't I do rolling? Because I don't try to get the best yield each harvest. And rolling is an extra step that I would rather not do. But yeah, I don't try to get the maximal yield. I just do the base stuff, you know. I do liming, I do the, you know, stuff like that. But I don't try fertilizing, liming, all that stuff. But yeah, I've just never enjoyed the rolling process. Namely because I've never personally seen any farmer in my area ever roll. I've not once ever seen any farmer in my area have a roller attached to a tractor driving around through his cornfield or his soybean field. Never seen it. The only time I've ever seen a roller, and this is just me being real, was a roller that was used for a grass roller, not because they wanted to roll the grass, but because it was a grass field that was used for an airstrip. That's it. They roll the bumps out of the thing because, you know, you get planes landing on grass, and you make ruts over time, especially if it's rained recently. So then you go in with the roller and you roll the ground that way. I've never seen any farmer in my area ever have a roller attached to a tractor. Ever. So rolling is just something that I don't ever do. Maybe it happens, and I've just never seen it. But you would think at some point in my 40 years on this planet that at some point I would have seen a farmer near me having a roller attached to his tractor rolling his field after he plants it. Nope. Doesn't happen. But I appreciate you dropping in, and never get upset about questions. I'll answer anything. You guys know that. I have no shame. When it comes to people asking questions, I will answer just about any question that somebody asks. It may not be the answer you want to hear, but I'll answer it. What up, John? How's it going? Drink Red Dog PBR. I mean, I don't drink. I'm assuming that. I mean, that sounds like a alcohol, but I don't drink. That is the one thing that I have, well, drinking and drugs, that is the two things that I've never actually done. I drank alcohol one time in my life, and that was when I was a kid by accident. My mom thought it was iced tea. We were waiting for our deer to be processed at a friend's house. We had, my dad had gotten a deer, and we took it up to the Hinkles up the road to get it processed. And while we were there, everybody was hanging out, and me and my sister were sitting there waiting, and it's just a bunch of guys. Well, one of the guys that was there was Dallas Sparacino. He used to make homemade wine, and yeah, turns out it was not iced tea. It was homemade wine, and it was disgusting, or at least it was to my young taste buds. Me and my sister took one drink of it. We're like, we don't want any more of that. That's disgusting. And then my mom found out that it was actually wine, and she had just offered wine to her two kids. You've seen rollers on sod fields? I could see that. But I've never seen a sod field. Like, I've never seen somebody doing that. But yeah, most of the people around me are growing like corn and soy and pumpkins and watermelons and stuff like that. Strawberries in the summertime, strawberries. Like, so I just don't ever see anybody ever doing that. So I don't do it either when we play Farm Sim. And like I said, to me, it's just an extra step. I know it's 3% more yield, and when you're doing as much as we are, 3% equals a lot. But is 3% worth an extra hour and a half on some of our fields? You know what I mean? Getting close, guys. We're almost done with the mowing side of things. Then we got to pick up all this grass. Start placing your bets. How much grass did we mow today? Like, how much grass are we going to pick up with the forage wagon in a little bit? That'll be the real question. I bet it's going to be substantial. Because we've never mowed this much grass at one time. Ever. Yeah, wheat's another one. Yeah, wheat is another one. Specifically winter wheat. So you'll see a lot of people, a lot of farmers will plant the wheat after they've planted or after they've harvested soybeans or corn. All right, guys. We did it! We've done it! Let's go ahead and save before something catastrophic happens. And I'll get caught up on chat. High ground erosion. Yeah, that would make sense too. I guess that would make sense. Not as much grass as Snoop has seen. Yeah, I bet this is more grass than even Snoop has made. You'd play this game if it had freedom fractions. I mean, it does kind of, but not really. Alright, let's go F12. Let's turn on our drone mode, shall we? I didn't mean to do that. What? I'll use the thing. Alright, let's fly up. Let's take a look at this. Look at the amount of grass that we just mowed, y'all. It's hard to even get all of it on screen. Look at that. That is a lot of mowing. Wait, 2.8 million liters? You're like, 2.8 million liters, and then I zoom back and you're like, oh, maybe a little bit more than that now. Actually, I mean, that might not actually be that far off, to be fair. But yeah, that is a lot of grass that we just mowed. But now we get to go pick it up. We get to go pick it up. Jess is saying 4.5 million. Are we actually going to get close enough to, like, potentially run out of room in our forage wagon for the first time? That's never happened. Boop. Boop. All right. Back on terra firma. Let's go. We'll take this thing back home. Park it for the time being. Dude, we used half a tank of fuel today. Mowing. That's crazy. That's a lot of fuel. Yeah, we're not going to go through there. That just looks like an accident waiting to happen. We will, however, go this way. Alright, time to put it in super hyperspeed mode. Just don't want to run over the grass mounds if I can avoid it. Otherwise, I might take out my field of onions again. And that's the end of the grass that we mowed. Whoa! Man, it turned like a dime and then just didn't want to turn back. Relax. There we go. Pull you up in here and put you down. Alright, now we got to hook up to the forage wagon. And if I had to guess, we probably want to make sure that we are full on silage additive too. Yeah, I think we're going to need silage additive. Oh, we are out of... I guess there's a little bit there. This is not going to fill us up. All right, well, I guess we're going to run into town and grab some silage additive. What is the best way to do it? Do we have a hitch on the back of this? No. Okay. All right, well, I guess we could just grab our tractor, drop the forage wagon for the time being, and then grab our wagon over there. All right, so we're like 4.5, 4.8, 3.7 million. John's saying it'll fill the truck and then some. Well, this forage wagon will be able to hold 5 million liters. So that's why I'm wondering if we're actually going to run out for the first time. We're going to run this into town. We're going to throw a few pallets of silage additive into the back. I don't need a crazy amount of silage additive, so I'll probably just get like 8 pallets. That should do us for a while. Been a while since we bought silage additive. You're saying 2.6? Okay. Keep in mind, it is field grass. It isn't us, like, planted grass, you know what I mean? So we're not going to get quite as much yield off of it as we would a planted field. All right, we want to go to the store. We want to go into grass. We want to go to consumables and buy us some silage additive. Grab 8 pallets of it. You know what? Yeah, that's plenty, right? Yeah, eight pallets is plenty. All right. See if I can just load these up the old-fashioned way here. I want to grab them from further away. There we go. That's what we want. Just be able to boop. This way, oh, I don't have to like stack them in the trailer. I just throw them in. And then when I get home, I'll throw them out. And then I can stack them when we get them home. Perfect. Look at that. I have no idea if that cover would actually keep these in place. We're going to find out. Can I break 100? Absolutely. I don't know if we're going to, but you absolutely can. Okay, there we go. 101 Dalmatians. It says that its speed limit is 124. I don't know if it'll actually make it that high, but it's pretty quick. Now, I'll be honest, I was not paying attention to whether or not we still have all of our stuff in here. I forget if there was a, I thought there was a throw button. I don't remember what it is. But it would be nice. Whoa. Careful there, killer. You're going to have a flying trailer if you're not careful. Boop. Perfect. All right. Fill up the rest of our silage additive, and then we'll stack whatever's left over into the building. I can side dump that trailer? Yeah, but I don't think it would actually dump these. I could be wrong, I don't know. You guys seem to know more about this than I do anyway. Alright. So now we just stack the rest of these inside. As nice as we can. Keep the farm looking somewhat tidy. Alright, this is our partial pallet. Whoops, I'm hitting the wrong button. There we go. This is that warehouse in me coming out. See how I stack these in here so that I can put a pallet on top of them? Now, in the game, that doesn't matter. In my brain, it does. Alright, let's go. Time to pick up some grass. Woo! Which usually revolves around me doing a lot of Tokyo drifting, if I'm being honest. We do need to limit our speed, though. Otherwise, we will outrun the ability of this thing to pick up. So we want to limit us to around 55 miles an hour, I think. All right. Time to see if you guys were right. Oh, the pickup for this is going to be so much better. Oh, no! I just realized that our working width is not quite big enough. Like, we can get the entire, like, thing in some areas, but not in all of them. I was hoping we get 3 rows at a time. That's what I was hoping for. But I don't think it's going to work out quite that well. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, shoot. I guess we go back on this one. We'll get it picked up. And then we'll come back. So we want to stay... We can do 2 rows at a time. We just got to stay in between 2 rows. We're not going to get the 3rd row. Which is fine. I was hoping we could get 3 rows. You operate a forklift once, you never get it out of your head, you're not wrong. Now operate a forklift for 15 years. you just know, you know what? It just, everything. And it's even worse than that is like if you ever get into injection molding. If you get into injection molding for any length of time, you start to notice all of the flaws in everything that you buy in the store. It's terrible. I don't recommend it. You'd be like, oh my god, this has got splay all over it. Oh, look at this. There's a short. Oh my god, look at this. Somebody forgot to trim this flash off. Oh yeah, I forgot we missed one little piece of bush. So, given the fact that we haven't even finished our first field, and we're getting close to 1,000,000 liters, has anybody changed their mind yet? This is the smaller of the 3 fields, I think. It is a long field, but I think it is smaller than the other ones. I told you, this is a lot of grass, man. We may actually fill this forage wagon up for the first time ever. Also, I forgot to get fuel, but we should be okay. I think fuel is used based on like a time aspect. I don't think it's not going to take us that long to pick this up because we're going to be going much faster. So hopefully we won't use as much fuel, even though we're going wide open. And that would technically, in real life, consume more fuel. Look at this hill. This is crazy. Somebody needs to go back in time and look up how many times I've said, look at this hill during this series, the entire series. Because I feel like that is a saying that has been here from the beginning. Hopefully we got it all. Right. Okay, I think we did pick it up. Very nice. Alright, is that everything from this field? Or do we got... Nope, we still got a little bit over here. All right, so our first field is 1.14 million liters of grass. And off we go. Field number 2. Pick up these little spots that we goofed up on. Fling it back around and we'll start at this side. Oh. Man, I told you this was going to be goofy. This field got me pretty good with these borders. Alright. Back on it. We may have to upgrade our harvesters if we're going to harvest this stuff. If we put a field up this cliff. I mean, look at that. That is insane. It's like straight down. Uh-oh. No! No! When was the last time that we... No! When was the last time we saved? Oh, God, no. Not like this. What up, Muse? Welcome. Oh, you got here. I'm blaming Muse. Muse got here and my game crashed. Oh, that is insane. Oh. No. How did my game crash? This is only the second time in this entire series that I've had this happen. When was the last time I saved, y'all? Please tell me it was relatively soon. I saved before I went for the additive. Oh, that's sadness. Oh. Dang it. Hope you're doing well, Muse. It's good to see you in chat. Oh, man. This is why you should save often, guys. Especially when you're using 1,050 mods or whatever we're running. Dang it. Oh, man. That is really unfortunate. God dang it, Bobby. uh, I sell propane. Oh, man. And propane accessories. I kind of lost my will to want to go do this now. Is it just going to crash again? Okay. Something is not very happy right now. Okay. This guy's at least still working. Oh, we're all the way back here. Oh, God bless America. At least we saved before the... Like, at least we saved and didn't lose all of our grass. That would have been even more... would have been a lot worse. Alright, time to get this back over to the farm. Might as well go ahead and buy this while we're thinking about it. You're going to say 10 million liters now? I don't know if we're going to have that much. It's going to be a lot, though. It'll for sure be over 3 million liters. I don't know if it's going to be over 5. Whoa! Tokyo drifted. Let's go. There we go. Alright, let's go get our silage additive. Man, I gotta stack all that stuff nice and pretty again. I guess this will give me a chance to side tip. Test your theory out. You want to see 120 miles an hour? I'll try to keep my speed up through here if I can. Which means coming through here. There you go. Full speed ahead! We just hit high gear. Whatever we get, we get. Coming through. Oh! Catastrophic crash. That is not how I thought that was going to go. I thought I was going to shoot the gap. Oh, well, that was a thing. Didn't quite hit 120, but we got fast. Alright, let's throw this stuff up in here again. 2 more. All right, back we go. Dead on arrival, you're not wrong. There are no crush points on a tractor. We took that full force. Got a ship's question for me, debating between IJ and DD line and the Italian DD line. Well, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a torpedo boat, the Japanese are where it's at. If you're looking for a different style of anti-destroyer boat that really only is good up to like tier 7, then the Italian destroyers are there. But honestly, taking the Italian destroyers beyond tier 7 is painful. Alright. So you're saying if I tip this thing sideways... That's the wrong button. So we're going to tip to the left. Alright. Unload here. Boy, that is the slowest unload in history. But it did work. Yeah. Oh, wait. We got a jam. I mean, it kind of works. Yeah, not really. There we go. That'll do it. More than one way to skin a cat. Alright, well, let's put all this stuff... We gotta save one full and a partial for our forage wagon. And then everything else gets stacked. Perfect. Let's just go ahead and save real quick, just in case. Now, filling the forage harvester is easy. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and save now. Rather than backing this into position. Just going to go around and drop it this way. Because we got to go in here anyway. Now we can fill it up. There's a light under the walls of the barn. Shh. Not sure what you mean. Oh, you mean out here? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not. We don't look at that, okay? Unless you're actually going right up to it and staring at it, you won't notice, because nobody noticed it all this time until now. So, yeah. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? And then we're going to save after each and every single area, too. Here we go! Full speed ahead! Oh, shoot. Hold on. We forgot to reset our, Alright. Now we should be good. You noticed it before? Well, I appreciate you not saying anything, because, you know, I try to make things look nice, but I'm not perfect. Nah, it's all good. I don't mind. I don't mind a little feedback, letting me know where I goof. I think I've seen that before, I just never paid it, like, I never cared. Like, it's not bad enough that it, like, drives you crazy or anything. Plus, to be fair, there are styles of sheds like that that actually do have that gap at the bottom. I've seen them. The real question is, will we get the same amount of grass off of it this time as we got the last time? We had, what, 1.14 million or something like that? Now, some of that was, like, from the edge of the other field, so it might vary a little bit, but it shouldn't be a lot. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be saving every field now that we had a crash. Like I said, I haven't had any crashes since, like, the first, like, third episode or fourth episode or something like that. When we were doing the area over there by the goats, it crashed multiple times. I had to redo that, like, 4 times. But I mean, to be fair, we are on a 4X map. We have 1,400 mods or whatever, or 1,050 mods or whatever it is that we have installed. Like, you guys saw it. Like, it's shocking that this game runs this well. I will say this, we definitely did this quicker this time than we did the last time. Whoa. I say, as the tractor doesn't want to listen to me. Yep, 1.14 million. That checks out. Alright, save. Make sure we save. What up, Dan? Appreciate you dropping in as well. Hope you're doing well. Sorry you're not feeling good, Muse. I know I've been not feeling so great myself, so I get it. Hope you get feeling better soon. At least you got some good soup to eat. A little ramen chicken noodle soup. I've had a really bad sinus infection all week, so yeah, I get it. Alright, so now we're going to go through, we're going to pick up this stuff right here. And then we'll start the actual... Oh yeah, I forgot it was one more. One more little area. There we go. Now we're good. Good view from up here, though, right? Now, before we go down, let me go ahead and save manually here. Look at that hill! Wait, deja vu. We've been here before. Okay, so far so good. I think we're getting to that area where we crashed last time, so let's hope that doesn't happen again. I'm wondering if it has something to do with it trying to, like, grab off of the... Whoa. Hello? Off of the map. Like, if it's trying to pick up from outside of the map border. So we're going to try to stick a little bit closer to the inside this time. And we're going to go ahead and manually save again. Just to make sure. And then from here, we'll just take off and go and see what happens. Your class keeps asking when I'll play one of my streams again. Well, I generally try to stream on Wednesdays when I can. Sometimes it ends up being later in the week, but usually on Wednesdays for World of Warships Legends. Alright, let's keep her rocking. Hopefully we don't have any more issues, but better safe than sorry, I think. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but judging by the amount of grass that we currently have in our hopper, I think we might actually manage to fill this thing up. It's going to be real close. It's going to be real close. Gotta know how to whip it, guys. Gotta know how to whip it. Whip it. Whip it good. Talk to Jess and start getting ads for lesbian dating apps. Well, that'll do it. Oh, that wasn't an ad. That was just Jess sending you stuff. I know I haven't been talking a whole lot, but I've kind of been letting my throat have a break. My throat was getting pretty scratchy. What up, Monique? Appreciate you dropping in. You've been here a while. Well, I appreciate you either way. We like people who are lurkers as well. There's nothing wrong with that. I do it a lot. When I go to other people's streams, sometimes I just like to hang out. Especially if I'm like getting ready to lay down or something. I don't know if you guys have already done the math, but this field alone has already gotten over 2.5 million liters. It's a lot of grass. Does Jess have a Subaru? Not that I'm aware of. I do. All right. Well, let's go ahead and save. That is the second field down. One to go. It's not like that. One of the reasons I don't always just drop, like I might just drop in and say hello and not really get involved in the stream too much, is out of respect for the other streamers. I feel like sometimes when I get into people's chat, especially smaller YouTubers, if I get into their chat, a lot of times the audience will just like start talking to me and kind of ignore the streamer. So a lot of times I will just like say hey and then kind of just go AFK. I'm still watching the stream, I just don't always talk. Because I don't want to take away from anybody else's like stream, you know what I mean? Like I'm there to enjoy the stream just like everybody else is. And I don't want anybody to feel like I'm coming in and taking over their stream, or you know what I mean? I don't want anybody to ever feel like that. All right, one field to go. Will we break 5 million liters of grass today? For the very first time, filling up our entire forage wagon in one go. Guys, I think we're going to break 5 million liters. I think we are absolutely going to break 5 million liters. You know, I am not a rocket scientist or anything, but The math is looking pretty good. If you ever stream, you'd expect me to speak up. Well, now I'm just not going to speak up at all. You can't tell me what to do. Who do you think you are? What up, Fenrir? Good to see you as well, man. Sorry I missed it initially. Hope you're doing well over there. I don't think it'll be 7 million. I think it'll probably be closer to 5.5, 6 million liters. Because this isn't quite as big as the last field. The last field we ended up with over 2.5 million liters. But I think we definitely break 5 million liters. Now the next question is, how on earth are we going to do the plowing episode? Like, I feel like the plowing is going to take just as long as our mowing did. Because it's the same equipment. So it might be another stream. Maybe you guys get 2 farm sim streams in a week. Then it might be a year before you get another one. Gonna miss War Tales? I thought they said they were staying. Didn't they say in the patch notes that the War Tales were staying around? Yeah, the goats are going to eat good. Yeah, we already dropped off the food for the goats. They're good. They'll be good for the next year. And all this grass is going to get turned into silage. Maybe turn some of it into food for the cows. But most of this is going to be money, 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 money. Actually, all of this might be money, money, money. We don't need any TMR right now. I've got so much TMR for the cows to start with, I think they're going to be good. Getting real close to being full, y'all. It's a good problem to have. Especially considering we don't really have any vested into this, like, other than just the purchase of the land. Whoa, got a little bit too much whipping action going there. All right, well, we filled it up. We still got quite a bit left over here too, so 5 million liters of grass. Let's go deliver this. We'll come back and get another one. Let's go ahead and save. Dude, this is so much money. This is going to be so much money. I haven't even... I haven't had to worry about, like, grinding up silver in so long in World of Warships Legends. Like, I got, like, 800 million silver just sitting in the bank. A new line will come out, I'll buy a couple of ships, and then just go right back up to 800 million silver. Like, does not take me very long. Jess has been playing Star Trek Voyager Into the Unknown. That's what Jess has been doing. Alright, so let's take a look at our two silos real quick. I'm going to start to unload it here and see if I can stop it before it unloads all of it. Nope, I sure can't. Instantly unload does mean instant. Good lord. I thought I could stop it. I thought maybe it would, like, unload half of it and I could stop and then go to the other one. I guess the rest will go into the other silo. I thought that instant doesn't always instant. Oh, I darn near just drove. I almost pulled a Jess. I about drove straight through our wheat field, which would have been just like that since our nice employee decided to plant our goddarn grass field. I literally just about pulled a Jess. We did just save on the way over, didn't we? Here, I'll save again. Oh, you did the second one already? Honestly, I didn't think you were going to make it through the first one. You were struggling. Excited to play Windrose when it's out. Is that the new pirate game? Muse? I've seen a couple of like pirate-ish games lately, and I'm not sure. I do like ship games with like the pirate fighting and stuff, but none of them have done it justice since freaking Assassin's Creed 4. It's sad that Assassin's Creed 4 did such a good job, and then nobody's been able to do it since. Come on. How hard is it? Pirate Survival? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I've seen a little bit about that one. It does look interesting, I'll give it that. I loved the like combat in Assassin's Creed 4. That was so good. And then every time I've seen it since, it's just been miserable. Boy, this thing can turn so quickly sometimes, and then other times it takes forever. Hello? Spartan? What are you doing? You missed. How hard is it to drive your tractor between the lines? Apparently it's real hard. Well, y'all, I think we're about done. Look at this. We're not going to quite break 6 million liters, so pretty solid. Still our craziest grass harvest ever. Especially for natural grass. This wasn't even a grass field. But there you have it, folks. 746,000 liters extra. So 5,746,000 liters of grass has been harvested today. That is a lot of grass. Time to open her up and let her eat. All right, Fenrir. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with us. I hope you have a good night's sleep, and wish you the best in your week. All right, take this up and put it in the other silo. Beautiful. All right, well, I think we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and do a quick repair on our forage wagon and our tractor. Then we'll get some fuel. There we go. Click. All right, let's get some fuel in this thing, and then we're going to have to grab our mower and turn it back into a plow. And then I'm probably going to call it a night. My farm looks so nice and neat and tidy, and yours looks like a lion kill. It just depends on how you want to do things, man. You can do them however you want. That's the beauty of the game. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I mean, there are plenty of wrong ways to do it, but in terms of like farm layout and how you want to set up your farm and make things look, like, that's all up to you. Do it however you want. Alright, let's go turn this thing back into a plow, shall we? Customize. Plow. Alright, now let's see if I can repair it. Or if it doesn't need it. Yeah, $52 in repairs. We'll take it. Alright, guys. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and call this here. You guys know what's coming. Either another live stream like this where we do the plowing side of this, or I just go ahead and record it like a normal video and do the plowing. But I think we're going to go ahead either way and call it here. April is going to be one of our longest months ever because we've got so much work still to do. I've got to not only plow all this, but I still got to plant something as well. So it's crazy. But either way, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's take one more look at the land that we just cleared. Look at it. Don't it look so nice? Boop. Anyway, this area right here, this is kind of where I'm thinking the lake should go. Like right in this area where the trees are kind of lining the backside. I think that would be a good spot for a lake. But I just look at how everything has turned out, guys. Like, it's fantastic. I might be slightly biased, but it's fantastic. But only slightly biased, of course. But with all of that being said, I got to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys want to see this as the next episode as a live stream where we do the plowing and then maybe start the planting process while we plow? Or would you guys like me to just turn this back into a regular video? So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.